And we will continue the second instruction uh, on Raghunath Das Goswami uh, for instructing our mind the next week. And today we will do a seminar on Ekadashi and TulasiMaharani. Um, I think we never did in this particular room this particular topic. All right, we will try to go little deep, especially Tulsi Tattva, and try to understand her position in Golokula. And Ekadashi may be something that many of you are already aware of. So we will do uh, more of a discussion. So I would
Hare
request
Krishna, Guruji.
Hare
Guruji,
Krishna.
can you be louder?
Yeah, how do I do that? Oh, just by increasing my own volume. Okay, all right.
Maybe closer to microphone or something like
Well, I'm close enough to laptop. Don't know if I can enter
that.
the, but I
Okay,
will
bro.
try
No
to
problem.
increase my volume. Now, Ekadashi. So I would request everyone to whoever can to tell something about Ekadashi that you know. Anyone can start.
We eat more fruits on
Louder.
that. We eat more fruits on that day.
Okay.
Okay.
More participants.
Guruji, Kali is in the grains on Ekadashi day.
Ekadashi day.
Colleagues.
Kali.
What?
Kali is in the grains on Ekadashi day.
Okay. Sins are in the grains on Ekadashi. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Who else?
More dear to Krishna that day.
Ekadashi is deep.
Ekadashi is deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Who else?
Who else?
Some more participants. Some more
More
understanding of
understanding
Ekadashi.
of Ekadashi.
Ekadashi is the 11th day after Paurnami or
Paurnami or
Paurnami or
Amavasya.
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 Thank you.
Thank you.
Who else?
Who else?
Okay. So, thank you for very nice participation. As Ashwina Mataji said, the basic understanding of Ekadashi is Ekadashi. Eka means one, Dasha means 10. Ekadashi is 11th. So 11th day of full moon and 11th day of Amavasya. So if you see the calendar and if you see when is the Purnima and then you count the 11th day from Purnima, it will be Ekadashi. And if you see Amavasya and then you count the 11th day from Amavasya, that is also Ekadashi. So there is one Purnima and one Amavasya in 1 month. So that's why there are two Ekadashis, one after each, 11 day after each. So there are two Ekadashis in a month. So how many Ekadashi are there in a year?
24, bro.
Uh,
Huh?
there are 24.
That's 24.
There is nothing scientific there. So there are 24 Ekadashis in the entire year. And just like we say Akshay Tritiya, third day, or Nashinga Chaturdashi, fourth day, after Amavasya or Purnima, something like that. And then what else we say? Janmashtami, eighth day, Radhashtami, Ashtami, eighth day, or Nityanna Trayodasi, third day, uh, Ram Navami, ninth day. So like this, they are all calculated from either Amavasya or Purnima. So Ekadashi is 11th day. Okay. Then another another term used for Ekadashi is Madhava Tithi. Madhava Tithi. Or it is said that this is the day of Madhava, or this is a day of Krishna. Now, just like we say, some people fast on Tuesday for Hanuman, they fast on Saturday for Shani Day, or they fast on, I think, different days, different demigods are more powerful, kind of. So, likewise, Madhav Tithi is Ekadashi, or the day of Krishna, or the day when Krishna is most merciful or most pleased. And there is a story. There are actually two stories about Ekadashi, two main stories about Ekadashi. One of the story is of a demon called Mura, and it so happened in a past time that Lord was in a Viveras. Lord Vishnu was in a Viveras, so he fought with Mura for a very long time, and Lord Vishnu wanted to glorify Ekadashi. So what Lord Vishnu did is that he went and he took some rest in a cave. And while Lord Vishnu was taking some rest, Mura entered the cave and he wanted to attack Vishnu. This is a pastime, of course, who is a demon and who is the supreme personality of Godhead. But Ekadashi had to manifest, and Lord wanted to glorify Ekadashi. So it was the 11th day, and on that day, from the left side of Lord Vishnu, this goddess came out, and her name was Ekadashi, and she killed the demon Mura. And when Lord Vishnu got up, and he was very pleased to see, and he said, "I am very pleased with you." And Ekadashi, who are you? Ekadashi said, "I am one of your servants, my lord. It was your pastime to glorify me." And Lord Vishnu said, "Whoever follows the rules and regulations of your particular day, which is today, which was the 11th day, they will also become as dear to me as yourself." So that's why one of the name of Ekadashi is called Madhava Tithi. And if you see, there are 24 Ekadashis, and there is a story behind each Ekadashi. And these stories are personally told by Krishna to Yudhishthira Maharaj. There is a story behind all, and Krishna himself glorified one who does like this on this Ekadashi. This is a story behind this Ekadashi. Every Ekadashi has a story. At the same time, overall, today we'll discuss not the individual Ekadashi, but just the concept of Ekadashi. Another word for Madhava Tithi is also called Hari Vasara, or the day of Lord Hari. This particular Ekadashi. It was on Ekadashi day that Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita. That is also called Vaikuntha Ekadashi. It comes in December. Another word to glorify Ekadashi is Mother of Advancement. Devotees make lot of advancement on the day of Ekadashi. Sri Prabhupada said, on a day of Ekadashi, just chant whole day. Many devotees they chant 64 rounds on every Ekadashi. Recently, one devotee in Grand Rapids told me that, "Toji, I'm chanting 64 rounds every Ekadashi." And I go, "That's very nice. That's very nice." So that's why it's called Mother of Advancement. And I don't know if we discussed before, but Gopal Krishna Maharaj, when devotees get initiated from him, then Maharaj asked devotees to take a vow, "I will chant minimum 16 rounds on beads and 24 rounds on beads on Ekadashi." So there is so much importance given in our scriptures on Ekadashi, and we will see some of the scriptural references. Okay, but yeah, one important aspect of Ekadashi is following Ekadashi does not mean just fasting. Of course, fasting is an important principle. We will see why we fast. But the more important aspect of following Ekadashi is more Shravanam and Kirtan. Then we are making use of this day of Harivasara or Mother Tithi or Mother of Advancement. If we're just fasting, we will not get sins. But it's not necessarily that we will grow in lot of devotion. So more devotional service should be rendered on this new Ekadashi. And Ekadashi also comes from the word Ekadasha, 11. 11 also means the 11 senses, which includes five working senses, five knowledge acquiring senses, and the mind. And they should be engaged in the service of Krishna. That's the importance of Ekadasha or 11 senses. Okay, someone can read this. This is from Matsya Puran.
Okay, Prabhuji, I'll read.
Ne-
Yeah. Suklaiva yadi va Krishne tad vratam Vaishnavam Mahat. Anybody who fasts on both Ekadasis, on both the light and dark both nights of the month, and eats on the next day, Dwadasi, Lord Krishna becomes very pleased with him. Matsya
Mm.
Purana.
So this from Matsya Puran, a Shastric reference, because all our basis is Shastra. So Matsya Puran explains that Krishna becomes very pleased when we follow the rules and regulations of Ekadashi. Now, a particular story is there why we fast on this particular day. So, in the beginning, Lord Vishnu created a person uh, who would be responsible for punishing those who go against the scriptural rules and regulations, like those who steal and whatever scriptural regulations are there, those who breaks them, kills a brahmana or whatever. So there is a punishment for all those kind of people, those who lie and other things. So Lord Vishnu created a person who would work under Yamaraj, and that person was called Papa Purusha. This I think we shared briefly, but I thought let me have a 45 minutes discussion on Ekadashi and then 45 minutes discussion on SyKrPr. So this demon Papa Purusha was created by Lord Vishnu, and all the people who do wrong things, they would be taken to hellish planets, and Papa Purusha would punish them severely, and lot of loud cries would come. So one day Vishnu himself was visiting Yamaraj, and Vishnu asked Yamaraj, "What are these such loud, heart-moving cries? What's going on here?" And Lord Vishnu and uh, Yamaraj said, "My Lord, this is your creation. You know everything about your creation." And Vishnu said, "Yeah, but please explain me about it. Where is this loud cries coming from?" So he said, "This is the personification of sin, punishing those who sin." As per karma and as per laws was created by you. And Lord Vishnu said, well, this is too much. Uh, it's very grievous. So what can we do to relieve these people, even though they have done some wrong things? And as Lord Vishnu was thinking like that, again from his left side, this beautiful girl came out. And Lord Vishnu said, "Who are you?" And she said, "Well, I am one of your servants. I am Ekadasi." Ekadasi means Dasi is servant. Ekadasi. I am one of your servant. Ekadasi. This is another reason why it's called Ekadashi. I'm Ekadasi. Why have you come here? My lord, I have come here because of your compassionate nature. Please bless me so that anyone who follows rules and regulations on this day of mine will be relieved from all sinful reactions. And that's another story emphasizing fasting, emphasizing following Ekadashi. And then Papa Purusha, then Lord Vishnu, who created this person who will give punishment. Then he told Papa Purusha that on this particular day, um, um, you take rest and you don't have to do anything. And Papa Purusha said, but where do I go? I I'm constantly punished. Where do I go? Then Vishnu said, well, on this day you enter into the graves. And the Purusha is the personification of all the things. And on that particular day, Purusha enters into all the graves. So that's the reason we don't eat graves. So following Ekadashi is very pleasing to the Supreme Lord. At the same time, um, the purpose is more and more devotional service. And the purpose of fasting, which the Prabhupada explained, is so that time on we don't spend time on cooking. So that the time we save, hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. So we reduce the bodily necessities of life on that day, bodily necessities, so that we can engage more in a devotional service. It is even said that we don't even shave on the day of Ekadashi, just for the principle of saving time. But another lecture I heard for the sake of outreach and preaching, that's all right. But the point is, reduce the people don't shave head on that day, don't even shave like this. So the purpose is engage more and more in devotional service. That's the idea behind incarnation. Okay, now this is Badri Narayan Maharaj. He is one of the disciples of Srila Prabhupada. He was giving a talk in Krishna Balram temple in Vrindavan.
Quick story. I actually heard Prabhupada narrate this. You take it as you like. But it's an Ekadashi story. This is from 1970 in Los Angeles. And Prabhupada told this story about Ekadashi, the potency of Ekadashi. Prabhupada said, I was sitting right there, just telling it as Prabhupada told me. Prabhupada said he had a Muslim friend. And his Muslim friend would sometimes go to his house. Prabhupada would host him for lunch. So they set up a date. The Muslim friend was going to come to Prabhupada's house and have lunch. And after they'd settled the date, the man went away. Prabhupada thought, it's Ekadashi. I forgot that day is Ekadashi. So what to do? And then before cell phones and WhatsApp and all that business, Prabhupada had no way of contacting the man. So Prabhupada said, well, what to do? So the Muslim gentleman showed up on the day for lunch. Prabhupada with folded hands and his national humility said, I'm very sorry, today's Ekadashi. I'm not, I can't offer you any grains or this or that. And the Muslim man was greatly relieved. He said, oh, I'm so happy to hear you say that because I also observe Ekadashi. So Prabhupada was surprised. Prabhupada said, he asked, oh, how is it that you are following Ekadashi? This is Prabhupada's story. I'm telling it, and I directly heard it. So the Muslim man said that one day he was coming through a forest and he heard some laughing. So he went off the road to see what the laughing was, and there was a group of ghosts, and they were all laughing and dancing. And the Muslim gentleman asked, inquired from them, why are you laughing? And they said that tomorrow this rich man, will come into town on his horse, the horse will stumble, he'll fall and crack his head and die, and because he's greatly shocked, he'll become a ghost like us. So the next day, the Muslim gentleman, compassionate person, he wanted to warn the man that, oh, be careful, your horse is going to stumble, you're going to crack your head. But before he had a chance to do it, he saw the man riding. Sure enough, the horse tripped, the man fell off, cracked his head, and died. The next day, after the man had passed away, our Muslim friend is going through the forest again. But he doesn't hear laughing, he hears crying. And he goes and checks with the ghosts. And the ghosts are lamenting. Muslim man says, well, everything happened just like you said. He was riding on his horse, the horse stumbled, he fell, he cracked his head, died, and he must have become a ghost. The ghost said, no. That's why they were crying. He said, no. He had had a fight with his wife, the Muslim man, had a fight with his wife, he was fasting, he hadn't eaten. So when he died, he was fasting on Ekadashi and he was saved from becoming a ghost. So the Muslim man said, since that day, I also observe Ekadashi. So that's a little something from Srila Prabhupada about the potency of Ekadashi.
Okay, someone can read this. Only the English is fine. This is from Hari Bhakti Vilas by Sanatan Goswami.
Who should observe Ekadashi? From the age of 8 to the age of 80, a person should fast on all of the 8, on both the light and the dark parts of the month. Hari Bhakti.
So
So
one is
one
recommended
is
to okay. One is recommended to observe Ekadashi fast from the age of 8 to age of 80, which is basically the whole life. Okay, this is Srimad Bhagavatam. Who will read?
Prabhuji, I can.
Okay.
The injunctions that one should
The,
fast on
the,
Ekadashi.
the translation first.
Okay. Sri Sukadeva Goswami said, having worshipped Lord Janardana and fasted on the Ekadashi day, Nanda Maharaj entered the water of Kalindini on the Dwadashi to take his bath. Srimad Bhagavatam. The injunction that one should fast on Ekadashi is permanent vow of all Vaishnavas. According to Srila Sridhara Swami, Ekadashi is an appropriate day for performing special deity worship. Srila Prabhupada purport.
Hmm. So there is Srimad Bhagavatam describes after fasting on Ekadashi day, Nanda Maharaj entered the water of Yamuna on Dwadashi to take his bath. Or in other words, all the residents of Golok Vrindavan would also observe Ekadashi, even though this is Golok Vrindavan, non-different from Gokul Vrindavan. But when they come, they follow the rules and regulations needed. And even Nanda Maharaj will perform fasting on Ekadashi. So this is not something coming out at any point of time. This is forever existing. This principles of fasting Ekadashi. And Prabhupada is telling there's a permanent vow for all Vaishnavas. Sridhar Swami, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Chaitanya Charitamrita really glorified the commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam by Sridhar Swami. And Sridhar Swami said that it's a very auspicious day to perform special deity worship. So when devotees install deities based on this instruction by our acharyas, we recommend them if you want to bake, you can bake on every Ekadashi or do some special worship on Ekadashi. But sometimes working day, job, and family, kids, chanting their rounds, things become difficult, then all right, do whenever you can. But it is auspicious to do some extra service on this day of Ekadashi. Even everyone, whether it is Rup Sanatan Goswami, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself would fast on Ekadashi. We will see some quotes on that. Okay, someone, uh, Ashwini Mahaprabhu.
To worship Lord Krishna, Maharaja Amrisha, along with his queen, who was equally qualified, observed the vow of Ekadashi and Dwadashi for 1 year. Srimad Bhagavatam 9 Canto 4th Chapter 29 verse. To observe Ekadashi Vrata and Dwadashi Vrata means to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Those interested in advancing in Krishna consciousness must observe Ekadashi Vrata regularly. Srila Prabhupada.
Okay, Ambarish Maharaj Satyayuga. At that time also, he didn't even perform Ekadashi Vrata just 12 days a year. He did the same Vrata he did for the entire year, not just 24 days. To um, um, to rain prosperity upon his entire kingdom. Um, and Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport, those interested in advancing must observe Ekadashi Vrata regularly. To observe this Vrata means to please Supreme Personality of Godhead. And What not to be done on Ekadashi? Okay, who will read?
Srila Jiva Goswami has given quotations from many shastras stating that the Shraddha ceremony of oblations to the forefathers should not be performed on Ekadashi Tithi. When the Tithi of the death anniversary falls on Ekadashi day, the Shraddha ceremony should be held not on Ekadashi but on the next day or Dwadashi.
Couple of things that one should not do on Ekadashi. There should be no marriages performed on Ekadashi. This is just for education. Basically. Marriage should not be performed on Ekadashi, and death ceremony, shraddh or cremation also should not be performed on Ekadashi. But if someone leaves the body on Ekadashi, then last rite should be performed the next day. This is something Jiva Goswami mentions, and Prabhupada quotes it in Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay. एक दिन मातर पड़े करिय प्रणाम प्रभु कहे माता मोरे देहा एक दान.
One day Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu fell down at the feet of his mother and requested her to give him her seat in chariot.
एक दिन मातर पड़े करिय प्रणाम. One day Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to his mother and he paid his obeisances. Kariya pranam. Prabhu kahe mata more deha ekada. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told his mother, please give me one ek daan do mere ko. Give me one thing in charity. माता बोले ताई लीला या तुम्ही मागिवे. प्रभु कहे एकादशी ते अन्न ना खाईवे.
His mother replied, "My dear son, I will give you whatever you ask." Then the Lord said, "My dear mother, please do not eat grains on the Ekadashi day."
So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not only asking his mother, using his mother as an instrument, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is asking all the devotees. Mahaprabhu is telling you, give me one thing in charity. I am a sannyasi. एक दान दो मेरे को. Give me one daan. Give me one thing in charity. The mother said, I will give you whatever you ask. You just ask. You are my dear, my most dearest son. Then Mahaprabhu said, please do not eat grains on the day of Ekadashi. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself told Sanatana Goswami, write scriptures glorifying the importance of following Ekadashi Vrata and also describing the faults in not following Ekadashi Vrata. Some of the verses I have removed, but it is mentioned. But it is mentioned in Hari Bhakti Vilas that those who don't follow Ekadashi goes to hellish planets. And I purposefully remove such things, or those who perform cremation or any such things on Ekadashi. Ekadashi is only meant for spiritual advancement. Madhati. Okay, now any question on Ekadashi?
Prabhuji, why we are
Vamsi Vilas Prabhu, first you go.
so why we are not supposed to do any marriage or death ceremony on Ekadashi Day, bro? Is there any specific reason?
Yeah,
Because if somebody left the body on Ekadashi, it says auspicious, right?
well, the cremation is not auspicious. Death is okay. Somebody leaves the body, that's good. But Jiva Goswami quotes Puranas. If you go, I will share this presentation. Or can someone quickly open this Srimad Bhagavatam 7:14-20? Sridhar Prabhu, can you open it? Who said? I think Lakshmi Sundari Mataji. Shirisha Mataji, what is your question?
Even for yearly Pindadan also we are not supposed to do on that day, Prabhuji.
Like you mean for 13 days?
Um, Even every year, like we do offer Pindadan to ancestors, right, Prabhuji, whoever left the body on that day. So, suppose if they left the body on Ekadasi, like we have to do on different Dwadasi day, or
That's what
when we do,
is described. That's what I have
it's
heard. I've
Dwadasi
heard
day.
only, yeah, I've heard to do the cremation the next day. So, can someone read it loud?
Not the cremation, Prabhuji, like after yearly, like we do offer Pindadan to ancestors, right, Prabhuji, like that one, like
Yeah, that also on Dwadashi day.
Dwadasi day.
Can someone read? There is a quote by in a Purana. Can someone read that?
Yeah,
In a
one should perform the Shraddha ceremony on the Sankranti, the day when the sun begins to move north, or the Karkata Sankranti, the day when the sun begins to move south. One should also perform this ceremony on the Mesha Sankranti, the day and the Tula Sankranti day in the yoga named Vyatipata, on the day in which three lunar tithis are conjoined. During an eclipse of either the moon or a sun, the 12th lunar day, and in the Sarvana Nakshatra. One should perform this ceremony on the Akshatritiya day, on the 9th lunar day of the bright fourth night of month of Kartika, on the four Ashtakas in the winter season and the Kumbh season, on the 7th lunar day of the bright fourth night of the month of Magha. During the conjunction of the Magha Nakshatra and the full moon day, and on the days when the moon is completely full or quite completely full, when the days are conjoined with the nakshatra from which the names of the certain months are derived. One should also perform the Shraddha ceremony on the 12th lunar day when it is in conjunction with any of the nakshatra named Anuradha, Sarvana, Uttara Falguni, Uttara Shraddha, and Uttara Bharapada. Again, one should perform this ceremony when the 11th lunar day is in conjunction with either Uttara Falguni, Uttara Shraddha, Uttara Sada, and Uttara Bhadrapada. Finally, one should perform this ceremony on the day conjoined with one's own birth star, Janma Nakshatra, or Sarvana Nakshatra.
That's all.
That's all, Prabhu.
Okay. Then probably this is either a verse before or verse after. Okay. Anyways, I will send you. I will find it. Okay. Any other question?
Prabhuji,
Here, yeah. Sudhir Prabhu.
how to break the fast? Is there any rules or how do we break it? What do we do to break the fast on the next day?
Well, Prabhuji, fast breaking is different. Those who are doing Nirjala Ekadashi, they can break the fast by taking water. Those who are doing Ekadashi with water, they can break the fast by taking fruits. Those who are taking fruits, they can break the fast by taking grains. But in in simple words, um, take grains at a time specified in the calendar.
Okay. So on the Ekadashi, let's say, or Nijjal Ekadashi, or let's say we are not drinking water, and you do puja, right? You do achamanam to
That's
do
all.
puja. So is that fine?
Yeah, that is not breaking fast.
Okay.
You can do Achman, you can take Chanamrit. They are considered as not breaking fast, even if you're doing it.
Okay.
Alright. Any other question?
Prabhuji, the slide on which it was mentioned that Amrish Maharaj and his queens, they followed the Ekadashi and Dwadashi Vrat. So, Ekadashi and Dwadashi means vow of Ekadashi and Dwadashi.
Yeah, actually, there are a lot of injunctions on how to follow Ekadashi. We don't really do that. We don't really follow Ekadashi and Dwadashi Vrata. It is said in the scriptures that to follow Ekadashi, one should eat in the afternoon on the 10th day, and then there should be a fast for minimum 36 hours. It's like there are multiple injunctions, but in our tradition, we simply do more Hari Katha, Hari Kirtan, Nam Smaran, and we don't take grains from on the Ekadashi day, and we break according to Tithi on the next day. That's what we do. Is that all right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
That's sufficient. It's like another goes another. Another thing we don't do is we don't take Tulsi Manjaris on Dwadashi day, and we don't even water Tulsi in the nights. After sunset, we don't water Tulsi. There's something related to Tulsi. Any other question? Ekadashi? No questions. Okay. 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 Now we come to our main topic, which is Tulsi Maharani. Um, okay. Before we go, who is Tulsi Maharani? Some also Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, if you follow Ekadashi, it will increase your determination. And there is another thing that happens in Srimad Bhagavatam. Uddhav received the news from Kamsa to go and bring Krishna Balaram to Mathura, and he received the news on Ekadashi day. And Uddhav was fasting on that day. And Uddhav felt greatly auspicious that I got a news on such an auspicious day, so Krishna must be very, this is Krishna's special mercy on me to go and see him. I got the instruction. So many instructions in Srimad Bhagavatam on Ekadashi. Alright, now Tulsi. Can someone speak about Tulsi? Whatever they would like to.
She was Vrunda Devi and she got cursed to take birth on earth. So that's the way she came on earth.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else?
Tulasi was very pleasing to the Lord, so even we offer any food, if we have Tulasi and offered it to him, he will accept it.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else?
In Vrindavana, she was used to have one team of parrots, and she was used to uh, see like she was used to make the arrangements for Krishna and Radha at particular times when they were used to meet at different places at a particular time.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing that. Anyone else? Now, Tulsi hold a very important place in the life of Vaishnavas, especially those who wants to go to Golok Vrindavan. Okay, please read. Whoever has not read it.
Vrunda Devi is Vrunda Devi is the presenting deity of Rajas, forests and groves, and it is after her that Vrindavana has received its name. With a golden complexion tinged with the color of kumkuma. Vrunda Devi always dresses in blue clothing and ensures that the forests of Vrundavana are properly equipped to fulfill all Sri Govinda's needs.
Nobody can enter Vrindavan until one receives the mercy of Vrindadevi, Tulsi Devi. Um, she is golden with kumkum complexion. So kumkum is red. So golden and red. So as you can see in the picture of her, goldish red, uh, goldish red in color. She always wear blue clothing. And as Hashmi Mataji said, she has lot of messengers, and you can see lot of parrots. These are her messengers. The parrots do lot of service. Uh, I'll tell you one story of Tulsi's parrots. Um, so one time, so uh, okay, maybe sometime later. Let us go forward. त्वं कीर्त्यसे सत्त्वतन्त्रविद्धि लीलाभिधाना किल कृष्णशक्ति तत्त्वैव मूर्तिस्तुलसीलोके वृन्दे नमस्ते चरणारविन्दम् वृन्दे नमस्ते चरणारविन्दम् वृन्दे नमस्ते चरणारविन्दम्. There are 8 verses which were written by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, um, one of the great commentator, and we discussed something about Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur a couple of weeks back about Kam Gayatri and Radharani came and told him something. So he has written beautiful composition of 8 verses. It's called Vrinda Ashtaka, and this is one of the verses. We'll not discuss all, but just some of the verses we discuss to understand more Tulsi Maharani from following the footsteps of our Goswamis, to understand her from their perspective. Okay, who will lead?
O Rinda, highly qualified sages who are well versed in the scriptures have praised you as being the personified energy of Lord Krishna, known as Leela Shakti, the energy that helps perform his pastimes. You are also very famous in this world for your appearance here in the form of the tree known as Srimati Tulsi Devi. Therefore, we offer our most respectable obeisances unto you, unto your beautiful lotus feet.
Hmm. So Tulsi Devi is referred as Leela Shakti, the energy that helps that helps in performing Krishna's past. She simultaneously exists in Golok Vrindavan, assisting Krishna in his pastimes, and also she exists as Tulsi Devi at the Tulsi tree. Okay, maybe I will read some of these verses. When she saw, because there are some description involved, so I can describe as I will. When she saw Sri Krishna arriving in Vrindavan, Vrinda Devi addressed all who were suffering from separation. O friend, the forest, immediately give up your dizziness of separation. Your beloved Sri Krishna has come to give you all happiness. Showing your innumerable attributes, make your beauty useful by facilitating Sri Krishna's play. O vines, wake up. Vines is like, trees are big, vines are like small. Oh, vines, wake up. Oh, trees, blossom. Oh, dear, play around. Oh, cuckoos, sing with the bees. Oh, peacocks, dance happily. Oh, parrots, recite sweet verses. Oh, mobile and immobile creatures, rejoice. Your dear Lord Shri Krishna has come to make you happy. So, Vrinda Devi, one of the service she has is making arrangements for Krishna's pastime. Um, just like if a sannyasi is visiting in the temple, then we clean the temple hall and immediately broom it. We put a vyasasana, we put the speaker. If some mats are needed, we lay down the mats. We set up the projector system if Maharaj needs any projection. So these are called arrangements. Likewise, Tulsi makes all arrangements for Krishna's pastime. And along with parrots, everyone is under the everyone works under direction of Vrinda Devi. Vrinda Devi, the word as we saw slide before last slide, the word Vrindavan, the forest, received the name after Vrinda Devi. This service of taking charge of entire Vrindavan Dham was assigned to Vrinda Devi by Srimati Radharani herself. That just like um, um, temple management can give a service to one devotee, you make arrangement for any speaker who comes in the temple um, to make arrangements so that the seminar can be performed. You take care of everything. So likewise, Radharani requested Vrinda Devi that you take care of all the arrangements that are needed um, for Krishna's pastime. And here Vrinda Devi is instructing the monkeys, the parrots, the peacocks dance, the cuckoos that you make your nice sounds and the deers and everyone. So she makes sure when Krishna comes, he's pleased and flower bed for Krishna to sit anywhere he goes. All arrangements. Vrindavan knows everything, uh, and she makes those particular arrangements. Another person who is very expert in making arrangement is Govardhan. Govardhan. Govardhan is expert. That's why one of the name of Govardhan is also Haridas. The kind of arrangement Govardhan makes in his case supersedes anyone. So it is Vrinda Devi who controls all mobile and immobile creatures in Vrindavan. Um, it is she who arranges to decorate the groves, the timing of the seasons. Even seasons change according to instruction of Vrinda Devi. Now they should be little cold. Now it should be little more hot. It is said that in Vrindavan, everything is under Krishna's control. Like we heard, there is no sun and moon in Vrindavan. But there is sun and moon. But sun and moon come according to Vrinda Devi's instructions. Vrinda Devi said now night should come because Krishna wants night. Now day should come. Krishna is tired with the night. Now day should come. And even the season, sometimes hot, sometimes cold, everything is there. But everything happens according to Krishna's will. But Krishna is lost in his pastime. He is covered in his pastime so that he can fully enjoy. And Vrinda Devi is serving constantly to make arrangement in such a way that Krishna can perform his pastimes happily and joyfully. So, the timing of the season, the ingredients for Krishna's pastimes. In her merciful counter form, the sacred Tulsi tree, her leaves are always at the are are to be found at the lotus feet of Sri Krishna. Even in spiritual world, Krishna has lotus feet on his leaves, Tulsi leaves. on his lotus feet. But that Tulsi also appears in material world out of desire of Srimati Radharani. And Srimati Radharani made that arrangement that Tulsi or Vrinda come here and stays here to bring all the um, sincere souls back to Goloka. No one have access to Vrindavan without the mercy of Vrindadevi. That's why she is so important. If you see, Haridas Thakur would always chant in front of Tulasi. Recently, I was talking to one family and Mataji said, every day I get up at 3 o'clock and I finish 32 rounds before 7 o'clock. I said, great. And she said, I go and sit in my veranda and I sit with two Tulsi plants. And she said, I was recently giving a class by Giriraj Maharaj and he was telling, always chant in front of Tulsi. So, and that's what our acharyas had taught. Wherever Haridas Thakur would go, he would have only one deity, Tulsi Devi. Tulsi Devi. Um, Vrinda Devi fulfills everyone's desires. It's just as one advances in one's spiritual life, one understands more and more the importance of Tulsi Devi. In the beginning, one may just be, yeah, she's there, I'm taking care of her, it's one of the part of sadhana that I'm doing. But slowly one realized the importance of Tulsi Devi. One time Shamanand Prabhu came and Shamanand Prabhu, one devotee in the temple asked him that, oh, this is my desire. And Shamanand Prabhu quoted Radhanath Maharaj and he said, well, Radhanath Maharaj told me that whatever I have today, uh, I have received it by begging Tulsi Maharaj. And Shamanand Prabhu told me that whenever I want to serve Krishna in a certain way, I beg Tulsi Maharani and she fulfills all the desires. So Tulsi Devi is very merciful and we have to treat her very personally as a resident of Goloka, very dear to Srimati Radharani, very dear to Krishna, the in charge of Vrindavan forest. She's also there in my home, and I'm chanting in her presence. And one should know that no one can have access to Vrindavan without the mercy of Vrindadevi. There is one story of a devotee, and this was told by Bhakti Vishwambar Madhav Maharaj. He is one of our devotees who has very close relationship with Tulsi Maharani. He also built the Tulsi Vana in Golokunda. He lives in Vrindavan. He's, I think, originally from China or Japan somewhere. He visited us in 2011, 2012, but after that, he's not visited. But very, very special personality. And his dearmost deity is Tulsi. There are many, many devotees who have, and he was telling a story of one devotee, Prabhupada disciple. He um, he was contracted with last stage of cancer, and um, he was at the verge of death, and he was in excruciating pain. He was having very difficult time even to chant his rounds, and suddenly all his pain disappeared. All his pain disappeared, um, and he started reciting Vrinda Ashtakam. Vinde namaste charanarvindam. Vinde namaste charanarvindam. Vinde namaste charanarvindam. Vinde namaste charanarvindam. He knew it by heart. The whole 8 verses of Vrindashtakam. There are many, many sannyasis. They have very beautifully sung Vrindashtakam. I think I have in next couple of slides a song of Vrindashtakam by Indradumna Maharaj. And um, so he started reciting first verse, second verse, third verse. And there was a strong spiritual energy all the devotees felt. He could not even talk, but all the pain disappeared. It seems like he's perfectly alright. He got the voice and he could sit as if nothing happened and he had tubes all over his body. And then after he finished this last stanza of Vrinda Ashtakam, and he had a big smile on his face, and he said, Vrindadevi is here, and immediately he left the body. And that's how he ended his earthly pastimes by devotee. Prabhupada disciple. So later on, after he was kept in mortuary for um, 3-4 days for some reason, I don't know why. And Madhav Maharaj was mentioning that when he saw after 3-4 days, this person has a big smile at the time of death. And Madhav Maharaj took a picture of him to show to materialist that devotee not only show how to live, the devotee also show to a common man how to die. And have you seen anybody? Because the pain is excruciating when the person dies. You never see anybody having a big smile on his face when he's dying because that's the last moment. But when one is filled with spiritual energy, that Sri said, um, when he was dying, I had to show you all how to die, not just how to live, but how to die. That devotee, I don't remember his name, I'm sorry, but that devotee Samadhi is in Kavya. That is a place near Vrindadevi lives. That is very near to Nandagaon, Krishna's place. Um, so no one can have access to Vrindavan without the mercy of Vrindadevi. And without the mercy of Vrindavan, it is not possible to achieve the favor of Lord Krishna. Therefore, devotees worship Vrindadevi in the forest called Kamyavan. I went to Kamyavan 2013 in one of the yatra of my spiritual master. And I still have very vivid impressions of Kamera. Somehow last year, 2 years back, I went, but time was very short. I could not go there because it's little far. But next time, I certainly have a desire to go and take shelter. And even when we remember Tulsi or when we do Tulsi Aarti, we are not only worshipping the Tulsi tree, but we are worshipping the original deity of TulasiMaharani in Kamyavan, which was actually carved by Vajrayana, one of the grandson of Krishna. See how important is Vrindadevi that Vajrayana he carved the deity of main deity of Krishna, and he also carved the deity of Vrindadevi, so we can understand from this. So it is not possible to achieve the favor of Lord Krishna without the mercy of um, Vrindadevi. Even Narad Muni, when he wanted to participate in his pastime with Krishna, he was instructed by Vrindadevi that he would take bath in Kusum Sarovar. Therefore, devotees worship Vrindadevi in the forests of Kamevan as well as at Vrindakund near Nandagaon. They both places are there. Outside of Vrindavan, she may be easily worshipped as the Tulsi tree. All glories to Srimati Tulsi Devi. And here is a video of Vrindakund in one of the yatra by Indrajita Maharaj. We have not been there, but by this video, we can absorb the memories of that place. We can absorb the impression of this place, and while worshipping Tulsi, we can remember it if this place reveals to us. Also, these are some places of Vrindavan which is still like a forest. Like if you go to Krishna Balram temple, um, uh, and some of these places, it has become very commercialized now. But when you go to Kamevan and some of these places, you really feel the whole smell of Vrindavan. If you see, all that exists here is cow dung and cows and cow patties and very simple villages. It's very beautiful to go there and absorb in those vibrations of Vrindavan. This is deity of Vrindavan. This is a new deity. This is not the old deity. Something very quick came to my mind. This temple was actually built recently by Dinabandhu Prabhu. Dinabandhu Prabhu also visited us in 2015, and he has lot of devotion for Tulsi Devi. He is another Srila Prabhupada disciple who lives in Krishna Balram temple. Lives in Krishna Balram temple. And I remember this time when I went to Vrindavan, um, we stayed 1.5 days in Vrindavan, and I think 1.5 days in Govardhan. And the day I went to Vrindavan, I went for Mangal Aarti in Krishna Balram temple, and I was surprised. I was very happy that the prayers to TulasiMaharani, like we have Tulsi Aarti. So Tulsi Aarti was sung by Dinabandhu Prabhu, and I could feel very high, like devotion to Tulsi Maharani in Dinabandhu Prabhu. Very sweet memory. Maharaj has lots and lots of Western disciples. The last verse. Alright. समस्त वैकुण्ठ शिरोमानो श्री कृष्णस्य वृन्दावन धन्यधाम दत्ताधिकारे विषभानुपुत्रे वृन्दे नमस्ते चरणारविन्दम्. O Vrinda, the supremely pure abode of Shri Krishna, known as Shri Vrindavan Dham, which is the crest jewel among all the planets of the spiritual sky, presided over by the charming daughter of King Vishubhanu, Shri Radhika. But she had awarded you with the power and authority to maintain this divine realm as your service to her. That is why we offer our most heartfelt obeisances onto your beautiful lotus feet. Again, another prayer by and one another verse by on Vrindashtakam by Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur, mentioning we worship you so dearly because you have been awarded by Sri Radhika this place of Vrindavan as the in charge of this place. And this is a verse from Rupa Goswami, Utkalika Vallari. O merciful, qualified, O merciful, qualified Vrinda, Radha and Krishna are your mistress and lord. I have carried the desire to see them in my heart for so long, and only by your grace this desire can be fulfilled. Please cast a merciful glance upon me, be kind upon me. So Rupa Goswami is teaching us what can be our prayer to Rupa Goswami. That I have this desire to um, see the divine couple, Radha and Krishna, in my heart for so long, and only by your grace this desire can be fulfilled. Please cast a merciful glance upon me, be kind upon me. This is from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antilila. O, o all auspicious Tulsi plant, you are very dear to Govinda's lotus feet, and he is very dear to you. Have you seen Krishna walking? Have you seen Krishna walking here, wearing a garland of your leaves, surrounded by a swarm of bumblebees? So this is gopis asking Tulasi, Tulasi, uh, Tulsi plant. Then have you seen Krishna wearing? This is when Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami is referring to this verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, where when Krishna ran away from Rasila pastimes, and gopis were searching for Krishna, and they were asking everyone, "Oh cow, have you seen? Oh Yamuna, have you seen? Oh tree, have you seen?" And they came to Tulsi, "Have you seen Govinda?" Like that. तुलसी परिक्रमा करा तुलसी सेवना निरंतर Krishna nama kariha kirtana. After planting the tulsi tree before your house, you should daily circumambulate that tulsi plant, serving her by giving her water and other things, and continuously chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So Prabhupada says here that this is the beginning of spiritual life. If you plant a tulsi, you grow a tulsi plant, and then you sit in front of tulsi and chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Okay, okay. भक्त्या विहीना अपराधलक्षय क्षिप्तश्च कमलीतरङ्गमध्ये कृपामयि त्वं शरणं प्रपन्ना वृन्दे नमस्ते चरणारविन्दम्. Unfortunately, bereft of devotional service and due to committing hundreds and thousands of offenses, we have been cast deep into the ocean of material existence. Indeed, we have been tossed about by the terrible waves of lust, anger, and greed, etc. O most merciful one, our souls are surrendered unto you, and we offer our respectful obeisances unto your divine lotus feet. A prayer, a prayer of humility by Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur unto the lotus feet of Vrinda Devi. A prayer for purification, taking a humble position. Okay, now any question on Tulsi Devi? Otherwise,
Prabhuji, one question.
okay.
Prabhuji, in the homes, uh, because of the place constraint, we are not able to do circumambulance, right? How we can do? Like, we can do ourselves doing that,
In the
in
home,
the home
we are not able
we are
to.
not able to means we are not able to pray around the Tulsi Maharani.
You have Tulsi at
You have
home.
to see at home. Yeah,
Yeah, Prabhu.
yeah,
See,
Prabhu. See,
one thing
one
which
thing
you can
which you
do
can do
is
is
sing Tulsi Aarti. Singing Tulsi Aarti. Anyone in this room knows Tulsi Aarti? Anyone knows Tulsi Aarti?
Not by heart, but we know.
Okay. Anyone else? Else? Okay. So, see, first thing we can do if we want to worship Tulsi is learn the Tulsi Aarti. That's the Srila Prabhupada wanted all the devotees to learn Tulsi Aarti. It takes 3 minutes to chant Tulsi Aarti. If you want to become more and more sincere, then these three prayers, four prayers, we should learn and chant every day. One is Guru Ashtakam or Mangal Aarti, one is Nrsimha Aarti, one is Tulsi Aarti, and one is Guru Puja. These four are kind of life and soul in order to maintain a good consciousness every day. This whole Srila Prabhupada gave us the morning program, and it will set your consciousness right on daily basis. And wherever we skip or go wrong, and when you recite these prayers, you should also understand the meaning. Place to start, if you want to, is have these four prayers somewhere in your notes as a printout, lamination, or however in your laptop, and recite these prayers. If you do it for um, 2 weeks, you will remember by heart. And try to understand the meaning of Tulasi prayer. Like, give me a second. I will. Okay. You can see the screen. Google.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
This is Tulsi
This is
Aarti.
TulasiMaharani.
It's
It's
can okay. Um, this is something those who have not. This is something that we sing before we start the Tulsi Aarti. Vrindai Tulsi Deviya Priya Tulsi Kesavasicha. Priya, very dear, Priya, very dear to Keshava. Who? Vrinda Devi. Vrindai Tulsi Deviya Priya Kesavasicha. Vishnu Bhakti Pratidevi Satyavate Namo Namo. Who gives Vishnu Bhakti? We also chant Krishna Bhakti Pratidevi Satyavate Namo Namo. So offering our obeisances to SyKrPr, who can award us Krishna Bhakti. Namo Namaha Tulasi Krishna Prayasi Namo Namaha. Tulasi Krishna Prayasi, who is very dear to Tulasi. I offer you my humble obeisances. Radha Krishna Seva Pabo Ei Abhilashi. Radha Krishna Seva Pabo. I am desiring the service of Radha Krishna. Ei Abhilash. Abhilash is desire. My desire is that I can get the service to Radha and Krishna. Je tumhara sharan loy. Whoever takes your sharan or shelter, Tara Vansha Purna hoy. Get all his desires fulfilled. As I said before, Shavanakar was telling, all your desires will be fulfilled if you worship Tulsi Devi. Kripa Kori, Koro Tare Vrindavanavasi. Kripa Kori, Koro Tare. Whoever gets your Kripa, whoever gets your mercy, Vrindavanavasi, he becomes a resident of Vrindavan. This is also confirmed by Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur. Um, no one can access Vrindavan Dham until one becomes the recipient of mercy of Tulsi Devi. Mora ei Abhilash Vilas Kunja Diyavas. Here is my desire, Abhilash. What is Vilas Kunja Diyavas? Kunja is groves of Vrindavan. Vilas, give me residence in a grove in Vrindavan. Or in other words, give me residence in a place in Golok Vrindavan. Give me residence because only she can give. Nayane Heribo Sada Yugal Rupa Rashi. And here is another Abhilash. What is that? Nayane, eyes. Nayane Heribo Sada Yugal Rupa Rashi. Yugal is both Radha and Krishna. Yugal Rupa Rashi. So let me always envision Radha and Krishna, always. And this is similar to what Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur says as um, let me always remember Radha and Krishna in my heart. So this is something we are asking from Tulsi Devi because she can give she can give that to us. And if we are desiring that, then we should take shelter of Tulsi Devi. A Nivedana Dharo. Here is a Nivedan. Here is a request. Here is a prayer to you. A Nivedana Dharo. Sakhir Anugata Karo. Make me an associate of Srimati Radharani and Shri Krishna. Make me their associate. Give reveal to me my relationship with them. Who am I? Reveal to me. Sakhir Anugata Karo. Seva Adhikaro Diye Koro Nijadasi. And give me this adhikar to serve them. We don't have the adhikar right now. Seva adhikaro diye karo nijadasi and make me your eternal servant. Nijadasi. Dina Krishna Dase Koi E Yena Mora Hoy. Dina Krishna Dase Koi. As a servant of Krishna, this is another request. Shri Radha Govinda Prema Sada Yena Dasi. Let me always swim. Sada Yena Bhasi. Bhasi, swim in prema of Radha Govinda. Let me always swim in the love of Shri Radha and Krishna. Basically. Yani Kani Chapa Pani Brahma Hatyadi Kani Cha. And whoever offers you water, um, his sins of killing a Brahmana is also forgiven. Tani Tani Prana Shanti Padakshina Pade Pade. And whoever circumambulates you 3 times and offers you water, his his sins are removed. Now, having Tulsi Maharani, the most important aspect of keeping Tulsi Maharani is not just to circumambulate her, but I mean, it's very important. If we can do, we should do. But if we cannot do because of home situation, place, constraint, that's all right. You can circumambulate Tulsi Maharani in the mind. But what is our prayer to her? What is our consciousness to her? Are we serving her just so? Yeah, she is a devotee of Krishna. She should be there in my home, and I should water her, and I should make sure she remains alive. That's also good. Or is there a deep mood of prayer to her? Are we in a mood of asking for something that she is capable of giving? That she can give us that adhikar. She can give us remembrance of Radha and Krishna. She can fulfill all our spiritual desire. She can give us a kunj in Golok Vrindavan. She can make us always remember Radha and Krishna. Um, she can make us a Sakhi. Uh, Sakhi refers to any relationship with Radha and Krishna. She can make us swim in the love of Radha and Krishna. So this is the best way to worship. Is this all right, Chari Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Any other question?
Any other question?
No, Prabhuji.
Here, Guru can give the bhakti.
Yeah. So your question is, can Guru give bhakti?
No, we also say we must be receiving the mercy of Tulsi Maharani, then only we can serve. So, how both are?
Yeah, Prabhu, देखो, we need mercy of Allah, we need mercy of Vaishnavas. Like if you see nectar, I mean, Mana Siksha, first one, there are 8 elements. She is Ghostyalishu or eternal residence of Vrindavan. We need to develop excessive attachment to her. That does not replace our excessive attachment to Guru. Guru, Ghosta, Ghostyalishu, and all 8 are there. Swajana and Vraja Suragani, Shri Mantra, Shri Namni, and Radha and Krishna. Is that all right?
Okay.
Any other question?
Yes, Prabhuji, what is the story behind Tulsi Maharani is in the form of tree and is in the form of human like Vrunda Devi?
Well, in a form human like Vrinda Devi, that's her eternal form. That's who she is. And Tulsi plant is actually her hairs that left behind and she left.
Sorry,
And
bro, could you please repeat?
Tulsi plant is her hairs that left behind. She left. She ended her earthly pastimes. But Tulsi plant is at the same time um, the Lord or any of the Anga or his devotees are not different. So Tulsi plant is not different from Tulsi Maharani. And Tulsi Maharani came along with um, uh, Subal, the brother of Srimati Radharani. He also came. And they, Tulsi Maharani was very much attached to Vishnu and she wanted to marry Vishnu. So she did a lot of austerity to marry Vishnu. But Brahma knew everything. So Brahma went to her and Brahma said, well, your desire will be fulfilled. But at this point of time, you get married to Shankarchuda. Shankarchuda was um, Subal in Krishna Lila. And these are all pastimes movie just to because it was desire of Srimati Radhika. Because Radharani is a compassionate nature of Krishna. So Karunamai, Karuna Kurumai, Karuna Varite, Sanaka Sanaka Namanita Charite Radhe. Karuna Kurumai is a compassion nature Srimati Radharani of Krishna. So she wanted to deliver and bring everyone and engage them in the service of Krishna. So in order to fulfill that desire of her, that's why it is said that the best way to please Radhika is so compassionate to all living entities. when you attack the mercy of Srimati Radharani, because that's her desire. Um, so Tulsi Maharani got married to Shankar Chula, and then one day Lord Vishnu, understanding the inner heart desire of Tulsi Maharani, he took the form of Shankar Chula and came. And Tulsi Maharani could not recognize, but later on she understood that some other person has come in the form of Shankar and entered my home, and he is not Shankar. And she cursed that person that you become a stone because your heart is like a stone. How can you play with the emotions of another married woman uh, who is alone at home without her husband? Um, And then Shankaracharya took the form of Vishnu, and he told, well, that was in a heart's desire, and I fulfilled your desire. And Tulsimani was very regretful, and she begged forgiveness. And then she said, I will become Mandakini river, so I will become bed for you. So this, and Vishnu became Shaligram Shila. These Shaligram Shilas are found only on the bed of Mandakini river. And then Tulsi Maharani ended her earthly pastimes and manifested herself in the form of trees, and then he went back to Golokunda. Is that all right, Vamsi last movie?
Thank you.
Any other
Prabhuji,
question?
yeah, okay, okay. Huh. That is why it is Tulsi Vivaha is done in the month of Kartik, Ekadashi and Dwadashi.
Yeah,
Tulsi
with Vishnu.
Vivaha, Krishna is done in month of Kartik on the Tithi of Ekadashi and Dwadashi. This is a custom,
Yes,
Tulsi Vivaha is called. Is it because of that the story you just told, that is
yes,
the idea behind it?
yes, Prabhuji, yes.
Uh-huh.
Because she was not never married, but she just had a desire, and then Vishnu came at that time. Then this story happened. That was the story.
Because
Any other?
in India, a lot of people have tradition of conducting Tulsi Vivaha,
Yes,
either
Prabhuji.
on the Ekadashi or Dwadashi. At home, yeah, on Ekadashi or Dwadashi of month of Kartik.
Yeah, that's
It is
because of,
tradition,
yeah.
generation after generation, yeah.
Thank you, Narendra.
Mm-hmm.
Any other question?
Vishnu Pujan is done especially with the Tulsi Manjari.
Yeah, Tulsi
When we
recites.
offer, when we say Vishnu Sahasranam, 1,000 names of Vishnu in pujan, with each name one Tulsi Manjari is offered.
Yes. Tulsi also exists in Vaikuntha Lokas, and Tulsi is
Yeah.
also consort of Lord Vishnu. So she is also residing in the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu, and she simultaneously exists as Tulsi. Tulsi in Vaikuntha is an expansion of Tulsi or Vrinda Devi in Golokunda. So she is worshipped, and she is very dear to the Lord, even in the expansions of the Lord.
What is her tattva?
What is her?
Tattva.
What is her?
Tattva.
Tattva.
I didn't understand.
No, is she Radha Tattva or Jiva Tattva?
Oh, Shakti Tattva Prabhuji. She's expansion rather than
Okay.
all these. We can never. She is not a jiva. We can never become or take the post of Tulsi Maharani, including all the Astasakis like Lalita, Vishakhi, and all others. But the difference between Astasakhi and Tulsi Devi, although they both are very dear to Srimati Radharani, Lalita, Vishakha, and others are always with Srimati Radharani. And Tulsi Devi is many times not with Radharani, but she is in the background making all arrangements. So that's why she's not one of the Asht Sakhis of Radharani, but at the same time very dear to Srimati Radharani. That's why. And at Radharani is also called Vrindavaneshwari, the Queen of Vrindavan, and she's also called Vrinda Devi. So sounds contradictory, but um, Radharani is Queen of Vrindavan because she is the queen. But because she gave that service, that's why we say Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye. So she's also Queen of Vrindavan. She's the real Queen of Vrindavan. But she has given um, um, so Radharani gave this service to Tulsi Maharani, and there is another beautiful story where Tulsi Maharani told Srimati Radharani in front of everyone that I want to, you have given me Vrindavan, but I want to give you the post of Queen of Vrindavan. And there's a beautiful story where Srimati Radharani became the queen, and Krishna came and Krishna said, well, I also want some service to the queen. And then they said, all right. And Lalita Devi said, all right, you can put um, uh, a request. This is a form, fill out a form, and we will see. And then these are the various posts we have. One is uh, one is constable, like who takes care of the queen, constable. So Krishna said, yes, I will become the constable, or the policeman, kind of a constable of Srimati Radharani. So Krishna dressed himself like a constable, uh, with a cap and with a coat in a very different way. And Krishna told Lalita Devi, I have never seen Krishna look so beautiful. Krishna looks so beautiful in this constable, but sitting on a throne. And Krishna is always sitting at her feet because he has taken the post of a constable. Then um, then Krishna, what he did is he put his flute in the veil of Lalita. And Lalita was a minister at that time, in that particular pastime. She was a minister. Krishna put his flute in the veil of Lalita, and Lalita doesn't know. And then Krishna told Radharani that somebody among your ministers has stolen my flute. And Lalita Devi said, it is impossible. Nobody is like you. You are the one who stole everyone's property. But nobody here has. And if this is the case, then Krishna said, no, I'm sure somebody has stolen. There is some spy here who has stolen. And this lot of pastimes happened, a lot of discussion happened. Then it came, okay, everyone open your veil and let us see if anyone gets. So Lalita Devi said, everybody opens. Nobody has a flute. Then Krishna said, Lalita, why don't you open? She said, you are doubting me? Krishna said, no, why don't you open? She opened and flute fell down. So at that time, Vrinda Devi, in that particular pastime, she told Radharani that you are the queen of Vrindavan. From there, that pastime, Radharani received the name Vrindavaneshwari. So she's also queen of Vrindavan. At the same time, the in charge who makes the arrangement for all the pastimes of um, Krishna in Golok Vrindavan is Vrinda Devi. All right, can we end here?
Prabhuji, is there any restrictions to take off manjaris?
Well, we have a prayer that we chant. The meaning of the prayer is, my dear TulasiMaharani, please let me take your manjari so I can use it to worship the lotus feet of Krishna. That's the essence.
Any days that we cannot take off, Prabhuji?
Dwadashi we don't take Tulsi manjaris. That's all, only Dwadashi. Because she fasts on Ekadashi, so she is very weak on Dwadashi day. Because she fasted the whole day last day. So we don't take her manjaris on Dwadashi. Alright.
Um,
Vaibhav Prabhu, can you post the prayer to plug Tulsi manjaris?
What, Prabhu?
Can you post the prayers in the group to plug Tulsi manjaris?
Yeah, okay, Prabhu. Prabhuji, during the day, like, is there any time that we shouldn't touch Tulsi Maharani?
No, we can touch Prabhuji. It's just sun should be out. We don't want to wake her up when it is late night, kind of, or when it is too early morning. We don't want to take. So when we are dressing Nityapat Pawan Gauri Radha Gopi Janardana, if it is nice time in in winters, we don't take leaves or manjaris, but we wait till 7:45 just before darshan. We take, or we take it previous day. We don't want to disturb her when it is night or dark outside.
Okay.
Prabhuji, in case if we have only one Tulsi Maharani, and then can we use that for offering? Can we take the leaves, some of the leaves for offering, Prabhuji?
Well, we don't take the leaves because we take only manjaris. If you don't have manjaris, if you take leaves, she will be without leaves. She will become very weak. So if we don't have manjaris, if we have a small plant, then worship her and take one of her dry stem and touch the stem with the fruit. But don't take leaf every time from her. Only manjaris we usually take.
Can we take leaves like when they are almost dry and without falling down?
Yeah, that leaves will turn yellow.
Mm.
If they are completely yellow, if you touch it, if it falls down, then you can take. That's all.
Once the leaf is fall down, can we use it, Prabhu?
Yes. If we have not stepped on the leaf, we can use it by washing, even if it falls down.
Prabhuji, all japa beads, is it made up of tulsi or some
Yes,
other?
tulsi wood, tulsi stem. I mean, not all, but tulsi leaves, yeah. Some are
So,
made of neem.
okay, is it advisable to chant using tulsi beads in like for non-initiated devotees?
Are you not doing that?
No, my brother gave me one tulsi beads. I was chanting,
We,
but some devotee told me without like initiating you are not supposed to chant in tulsi beads.
we can chant. We recommend you to chant on tulsi leaves. After initiation, you will get another tulsi leaf. I used to chant on tulsi leaf before initiation.
Okay.
Once we have stopped eating onion garlic and we are clean in our eating habits, it is very recommended, highly recommended to wear tulsi neck beads and to chant on tulsi beads. Have constant association of tulsi. She is very pure. Is it all right?
Yeah, thank you.
Prabhuji, here winter sometimes like it's drying, Prabhuji, like
Winter
sometimes
season
like
it is
Tulsi Maharani is drying like
drying.
in winters, like sometimes like it's feel like
Yeah,
growing and then drying.
actually, Mahipal Prabhu has good understanding of maintaining tulsi in winters also. Maybe um, you can call him and show. Sometime it is bugs, sometime it is lightning issue, sometime overlight. Watering is rarely an issue. Temperature, humidity, so various factors. It's little difficult to maintain Tulasi, but if she has the right environment, she does not grow very nicely, but she survives. In summer, you will see she becomes very joyful. She starts giving all the manjaris and she starts expanding. But in winter, she gives very little. Slowly she grows, but she survives. Just check with one or two devotees who are maintaining tulsis if environment is okay.
Sometimes in the dirt, like the bugs are coming out of the roots or something like. So that case, like how to take care of that?
You mean bugs are coming out of her soil?
Roots like
Roots. That is little dangerous matters. If she get bugs in the roots, many times she doesn't survive.
why
So
it comes, Prabhuji? Like is any take care of problem or anything? Last time when you saw my Tulsi Maharani, you said like you doubted like there is some bug in the roots.
Sometimes it happens. I'm not very sure how it comes, but I know when we keep her outside, not on a table, but on the lawn or on the ground. Then, because the ground has so many bugs and earthworms and other things, they enter into Tulsi Maharani also. So, um, one devotee told me at the same time in India, all the tulsis are on the soil outside. Um, um,
Mataji, we found same problem that all bugs are coming, right? So what we did is that ants house means చీమల పుట్ట అంటే ఐడియా ఉంది కదా.
ఉంది ప్రభుజీ.
Yeah, that soil if we put we are not getting, and moreover Tulsi Maharani is growing good with that. We did that, so maybe you can try. In English, I don't know what to tell that, but that soil is very helpful.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you.
any other question? Okay. All right. Thank you very much. We begin second verse on Mana Siksha next week, and in future we will do a seminar on how to find a spiritual master. So those who are searching and looking the process to find and any questions they have related to finding spiritual master, we will take on that seminar. So please accept my pranams. Vanchakalpatarubheshya kripa sindhu
कृपा
vacha
सिंधु भैया
patitanam pavane
पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनंत
ananta koti vaishnavinde ki jai.
पाद की जय.
Thank you. Hare
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare
Hare.
Hare Krishna.